Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, Westnile stakeholders commit to improving access to quality education for refugees and host communities. Zombo district rated second in the HIV prevalence after Arua City. And LC3 chairperson Olufe Sub-County claims life is in danger after rollout of the parish development model new guidelines. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. A warm welcome, viewer, to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Right Reverend Ponzazela Awinju, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, is urging the people living with HIV in Zombo District to be faithful to their spouses amid its grappling with numerous challenges. This comes at a time when Zombo District is rated second with 3.5%, according to the HIV/AIDS Prevalence Report 2022-2023. Alfred Jawok reports.
The Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Pons Zelawinjo, has urged people living with the HIV/AIDS in Zombo District to be faithful to their spouses amidst grappling with the numerous challenges, according to a HIV/AIDS Prevalence Report 2022 and 2023 released by Uganda AIDS Commission. Zombo District is rated second with the 3.5% after Arua City with the 4.4%. The Bishop was addressing congregations recently during his final pastoral visit and confirmation of children at Kaya Parish Church of Uganda, Golidinari. According to the Bishop, everyone must be concerned for his or herself since there is an increase in clients who receive ARVs in Zombo District.
AIDS pandemic is coming back, and we want to appeal to everybody that you should be concerned. You should look after yourself. Be careful. HIV/AIDS is not only acquired through sexual intercourse, but also other measures which we must follow. HIV/AIDS has increased again. It has come out again, it is challenging us, and we want to ask you to take care of yourself. And those who are infected or affected should take care of the people around them. And we want to appeal that we should come back to our good behaviors. Promiscuity should be checked.
He, however, cautioned HIV clients who skip appointments of receiving their drugs on time. One of the HIV clients who spoke on condition of anonymity said they are facing challenges of stigma, and many of them get their drugs from Arua for fear of being seen in their home district. Efforts to get comments from Zombo District Health Officer Dr. Mark Boni Bomale was futile at the time of filing this story. In the report obtained from Zombo District Health Department, there is 0.1% decline in HIV clients in most of the health facilities in the district. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, Westnile stakeholders have committed to improving access to quality and transformation education for refugees and host communities in the region. This was seen during the second edition of the Westnile Sub-Region Protect Education Emergencies Conference 2023, where government leaders, refugee response partners led by World Vision, among others, converged at Desert Breeze Hotel to raise awareness on the dilemma children are living in conflict-affected areas that encounter access to quality education. Take a look. The State Minister for Primary Education, Honorable Dr. Joyce Moriko Panduchu, representing the Minister for Education and Sports, has committed to the protection and the improvement of access to quality and transformational education for refugees and host communities in the Westnile region. The The minister made this remark during the second edition of the Westnile Sub-Region Protect Education Emergencies Conference, organized by a consortium of refugee supporting partners, led by the World Vision under the Equate project, focusing on the increasing access to equitable and inclusive quality education for 61,587 conflict-affected children in Rhino Camp, Mvepi and Palabek refugee settlements in the West Nile sub-region.
It's now my pleasure to append my signature as a sign of commitment to protect education in emergencies in this conference that we are having here 2020 for God and my country.
Student representatives from the refugee host communities in attendance expressed their appreciation to the Consortium of Refugees Response Partners for their continuous support towards providing access to quality education towards refugees and their host communities.
Education helps in solving very many things. The conflict that arise when we have access to quality education, these conflicts come to end, and also ignorance and illiteracy. So at this time, I would like to take this privilege to thank the Equate program, which was there in my school and was promoting cash for education. And it was not alone with the Uganda Cash Consortium, which was there to protect the girls and the young boys who are having access to quality education by providing them some scholastic materials, having access to quality education, both the disability and the vulnerable girls.
Quality education is the best gift for us as the children to recover from crisis. And children come out that there are still some challenges making them not to get the quality education that they are looking further for to recover them from the crisis that they are in. Giving thanks to different government representatives and the NGO partners for establishing schools in different camps, in different settlements to ensure that the children achieve quality education and become better people in future.
Paul Kenya, the head of office for the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, is appealing to the Ministry of Education and Sports to roll out certification of assisting refugee teachers in order to relieve the workload of the current teachers, hence increasing the number of teachers in the refugee settlements, among other things.
UNHCR prioritizes education among many other life-saving interventions. Education is a right, and we approach it as UNHCR from a rights-based perspective. We also have a lot of teachers, communities who have certificates or teaching experience, which can be created and certified so that they reduce the burden on teachers, so that we can have more teachers. In fact, they speak the same language. It also creates ownership as they're teaching their own children in the community. We ask for harmonization of also payment. Some subjects attract higher payment than others. And we also ask that we continue to open up more schools to refugees outside the settlement and demystify the thinking that refugees can only go to schools within the settlement.
Honorable Minister, we are spending a significant amount of money employing what we call assistant teachers. We are requesting that government creates a special window of accreditation and come up with a process that will make it a little easier for us as partners and government to work together to get those teachers accredited. Our transition rates from primary to secondary are just slightly above 10%, 12% at best. It means for every 10 children, only one is crossing over the bridge to secondary school. It means the possibility of that child becoming a nurse, a teacher, a doctor, an engineer is 1 out of 10. That statistic brings a lot of pain. We really need to invest more in secondary education.
The refugee desk officer Solomon Okasan is urging the parents to support their children in their support of education.
The members of the school parliaments talked about the school feeding programs. I know in this country, when His Excellency the President launched universal primary education, I think that was around 1996 to 1997. It was a commitment to ensure that many children have access to education. However, parents thought that since it has come from the President, and the President is now the father of these children, he should also provide food for them. We need to change this attitude. It is wrong. Parents, you are responsible for feeding your children.
We've done a lot in terms of improving access. The schools have become a little bit closer to the children, but not every parish has got a primary school. Not every sub-county has got a second school that as per our policy. That is our desire, our aspiration. But we are hopeful as we move with the construction and ensuring we got more schools, we should be in position to cover the remaining percentage for the sub-counties and parishes. I wish the DOs sign that agreement commitment real. Each head teacher I know signs an agreement at the beginning of the academic cycle. You commit to perform better. But at the end of it, year in, year out, the usual zero. Year in, year out. So, as I conclude, this year it will not be the same. If I continue to be the Minister of Education and Sports, and the Westnile district continue to perform as it has done last year, we're going to punish those districts. Education is a shared responsibility. We all have our own role to play. As we discuss, this kind of meeting needed to bring some parent representative. Leave alone the .com parents who are sitting here. We need the other parent representative, just as we have the student representative. So that we have parents who can become ambassadors of education. I want to commit to improve the services in education in emergency setting. I want to commit from time to time we will be with you whenever you call upon us, so that we work it together for the good of our children.
Uganda is Africa's leading country for refugees with over 1,547,981 refugees, and approximately over 63% are children and youth requiring access to education opportunities. This conference was meant to raise awareness on the dilemma children living in areas affected with conflict are encountering to access quality and inclusive education. Okumuringa Christine, Farish Majid, Westnile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories, the LC3 chairperson for Olufe Sub-County, Honorable Oyufre Ponchas, claims his life is in danger following the threats from some Parish Development Model Committee members at the parish level after he passed out the presidential directive regarding the new guidelines on the program to the community members in his sub-county. This was revealed during a community engagement baraza organized by Maracha Constituency Member of Parliament, Honorable Oguzili Dennis in Maracha District. Osuta Yusuf has more.
Parish Development Model, which is one of the NRM Party manifesto pillars that is being rolled across Uganda, with each parish receiving selling 100 million, has turned to be a life-threatening to the Olufe Sub-County LC3 chairperson, Honorable Oyufre Ponchas, who is currently receiving threats from some PDM committee members after he passed out the community members in his sub-county a presidential directive regarding the new guidelines on the program. While raising his discomfort on Monday 11th September during a community engagement baraza organized by Maracha Constituency MP, Honorable Oguzili Dennis, the Olufe Sub-County LC3 chairperson, stated that the chairman isn't assisting sub-county leaders to help them benefit from the program, but is emphasizing the presidential directive on new PDM guidelines.
Bakrakra niki afari Paris model ko baze ba ke afari sub county model ro. It is Paris, not sub county. Ozatari ruru. Andro ko bani documenti dike ofozoria Bo forendo. Sar si yo liberki bayondo su. Amanda mitina Mone University arale. Wenda ne. Westnile Development Association ne. Honorable Minister for State. Grace Kusin Nyanda Batse. Meeting da Maria. Iyo under Minister ni yere. Feni document in Amanikui. It was directive. Presidential directive. Iyo under ni yere. First model majere. Definindo. Meeting da ndra odu to ine. Hati uduwezi ai. Ma program da security na. Yo as security related na ifiache. Hamu udu da CZI. Simplia. Man di musi yona bazu simplia da area. Yo rezi zita ke padaka. Bata di chawari le da akia ekosi yo man nzersi. Bata persi edle karore ni mecha riboru. Yeah, la. Yolo. Ta persi edle mecha riboru. Yo man yersi. Para que me parecia mas der base muito direct mas vou eu que nem mais monstro tá aí vou aqui o presidente nem yore ama presidente vende ali está dar presidente e muso tudo aí isso barevo eu de fé mano na RC ata sa sete super se malias maior se dá uma tira ba que ngaba bara
Those corrections or directives should be documented.
Teresa Lekuru, a beneficiary in Olufe Sub-County, appealed for more training of PDM officials at the parishes to bridge the gap of misunderstandings between officials and the beneficiaries. Another PDM beneficiary in Olufe Sub-County appealed to the concerned authorities to bring some of the PDM committee officials in the parishes who deduct beneficiaries' monies to come and account for it. The new guidelines for parish development model include, among others, every borrower should be given shillings 1 million. The grace period for revolving fund borrowed shall be 24 months. Interest rate of 6% per annum for the period in which the loan is held by the borrower. Those who are given less money should be given additional money to make it shillings 1 million. And payment of shillings 100,000. A parish has an allowance for rent and bicycle repair. Farish Majid, Osuta Yusuf, Westnile TV Nalcast.
And more in our stories, the Vice President for Uganda People's Congress Party that led Uganda into independence in 1962 is dead. The senior politician and farmer Kamure Caleb Titia passed on around midday at Arua Regional Referral Hospital while receiving medication for a yet-to-be-known sickness in his last appearance, that was during a dialogue organized for the district leaders of Terrago District at Desert Breeze Hotel in Arua City in August 2023. Kamure Caleb Titia contested as the district chairman for Terrago District on the UPC ticket along his opponents, including the current LC5 chairperson, Honorable Wilfred Saka on Alliance for National Transformation, Vika Cannon, Independent, Ekodribo, Ronald, Independent, and Adrim Vico, Eric Sabiti, who contested on the National Resistance Movement Party ticket.
Pastora, it's the time for sports at NILEcast, and thank you for always following Westnile TV. In one of the stories we have got for you today, the Black Angels, a team that plays in the Regional League, yesterday defeated Onduparaka by 3-2 in a friendly match. The first leg of this game was played last week on Saturday, where the sides had to share the spoil after the normal time had ended in a 1-all tie. Yesterday was also the reverse fixture in the friendly game. Of course, we have seen the Black Angels sitting at home at Barakoro, defeating a team that's going to play in the Startime Super Big League by 3-2. Parque is preparing for the new season of the Startime Super Big League, which is kickstarting next week. Meanwhile, for the team the Black Angels, they are going to play in the Westnile Regional League, and they are aiming to get to the top tier of Ugandan football. Alfred Jawok has more.
During the friendly game between the Black Angel Sports Club and Onduparaka FC at Barokoro on Wednesday, 13th September 2023, there was jubilation and determination after Onduparaka FC from Arua City was beaten 3-2 by the Black Angels Sports Club. Tasha Gramiapis Jalar, the public relations officer by the Black Angel Sports Club, said they have organized the game to select some new players who will be for the club this season. She attributed the win to commitment by players.
What has happened today in Barokoro has been so far the most entertaining, friendly, pre-season friendly that we have had. And knowing Onduparaka is a very much stronger side, and now they're playing in Super Big League, I think the experience today and what has happened in Barokoro has shown us that in terms of preparation, we are not so bad. And of course, as we talk about preparations, we are almost reaching our target, and we are hopeful to unveil some of our players in a space of some few weeks or time to come. Players play with a lot of experience, and we were able to beat Onduparaka 3-2.
Meanwhile, Omar Muhammad, assistant coach Onduparaka FC, conceded the defeat by the Black Angels and said the game was fair. He urged his players to concentrate more as this was a lesson to them.
The assistant coach, Onduparaka FC. It has been a very good game. I actually loved it. So there are some areas where we are supposed to improve on, which we're going to work upon to see what we shall do better next time. We are aware that the Black Angels is a very good team with the rich of history. That's why we chose to play them today. This is actually a league friendly match. We played the first one at home with Ababet Green Light, where we drew 1-1. But this one here, we have won it. Actually, it is their day today. Though we tried our level best to see that we came up from behind, but all in all, they managed to take the day. They ended 3-2.
In the meantime, the head coach by the Black Angel Sports Club, Hassan Nasur, is optimistic that the club will join the big league following good performances by his players in 3 consecutive friendly games played this season.
We love to play always at home. It's always the best thing to make the fans to feel the vibe we are building up for the regional games. As you can see, the atmosphere, the love of the game here in Barco Stadium is so lovely, and that's all the motto we always have to go with. It's we win to play. Thank you so much. Yeah, quite well. It was a tough one. You can see technically the game was tough. That's why you see it is a bit very technical to make a decision by doing the substitution, because the game was too tight as long as we are leading, but the game was too tight and the tempo was too high. That's why we tried to contain the game. It was a good one, yeah, though we managed the 90 minutes very well. So thanks for that. It wasn't a bad one. The opponent team was also okay. They were good on the ball when they are having the ball. The up front was okay, but we managed to keep them down. We maintained the game by coming with the 3 points with the 3 goals.
2 goals were scored by Aguero and 1 from Messi, all for the Black Angel Sports Club. Meanwhile, for Ondoparaka FC, were scored by Gama and Bida. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV Sports.
Now turning our focus international, the biggest of it is happening in the country of Poland, where they have parted ways with Fernando Santos. This has been a court for Poland, and he has been sacked today because of a poor run of form. And on Sunday, they lost into the hands of Albania in one of the games that have been played in European Champions qualifiers. This coach has just been appointed and he has had 6 matches, and out of which he has only won 2. And previously he has also managed Portugal and was the coach that won European Championship with Portugal way back in 2016. And he has also managed some of the clubs in Greece and in Portugal. Like in Portugal, he has managed Sporting Lisbon. He has also had times with the Soccer Lisboa, Benfica, not forgetting about Porto. Meanwhile, in Greece, he has also had times with the clubs like PAOK Thessalonica. He has also worked as a coach with the Panathinaikos, not forgetting about AEK Athens. And he was also coach of Greece that guided them to the World Cup in 2014. Away from that, in the world of transfer, Marco Verratti has completed his move from Paris Saint-Germain to Qatar to join a club called Al Arabi. This player joined Paris Saint-Germain from Pescara, a team that plays in Italian Serie A by that time, and he has already spent more than 10 years with the Paris-based club, winning 30 trophies. That is Marcos Verratti to you. And he's not the only player that has moved from a top tier of European football to Qatar. And we have also seen Felipe Coutinho leaving Aston Villa to join one of the clubs in Qatar. And so many clubs, in fact so many players from the top European leagues have also crossed over to Asian world, more especially playing in Saudi Pro League. And he becomes the second player playing for Paris Saint-Germain, leaving the club to go to Asia. And for him, he has decided to join the Qatar side. Meanwhile, another player, another high-profile player that left Paris Saint-Germain was Neymar, who left the club to join Al Hilal. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of NILE Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. Have the best of your times.
Thank you, Rako Benson Pastore, for that sports news and the sports highlight. And with that, we are welcome to the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumringa Christine. Have a good evening.